Welcome back to Collinger Gaming. So today we're going to be doing some gold mining. I hope we can find a bunch of gold, but who knows at this point. But I think once we get a good amount of gold, I'm going to start getting the supplies to build the bigger wash plant, I believe. Would be next priority, so we can upgrade from the small little wash plant. I hope we can get enough gold to do that, but I don't think it'll be in this episode that we'll get that, but we'll get some of it purchased eventually at some point. We're gonna need a lot of money because what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna get everything set so that like when we get like the shaker and all that, we can just put the shaker and not have to worry about, you know, putting everything else on. But we'll get most of the parts that we need for that, and then we'll have to price out like things like the trommel and shaker as well, and then we'll price them out and then see what we would need. Hopefully we don't need a lot of money, but you never know. It's like no matter what we do, it's just gonna take a lot of gold to do what we need. So I don't have any big breakdowns that I don't, you know, unforeseen breakdowns, but small little ones, like the only thing I could see is like maybe the jets or something like that on the mobile wash plant here that we're using could go bad, but I mean that would be about the only thing from the hours of use that I'm gonna have to put into it, and that would be the only thing because there's not really much to it. There's that in the motor, and that's really about it. But yeah, I don't foresee anything like that going bad or anytime soon. But I hope I'm wrong, but we shouldn't have anything go bad with it. But it's gonna be a long time for us to get pretty much all the gold we need to start buying the bigger tier stuff. And then once I get all that set, it shouldn't take us too much longer to be running that. And then we'll have to buy a big generator and of course all that. You know, I'm gonna have to price everything out. I might do that later, but right now let's just see how much gold we can get up out of the ground. It's just gonna take a minute or so. It always seems like when the bucket's empty, it always feels like it just takes forever for that bucket to fill, but it might just be because I'm not getting good scoops. Sometimes I can tell like when there's a good scoop, but not all the time can I tell that. Or maybe I just have to shut it off and then wait for it to get full and then turn it back on and let it wash out. I think it's probably the easier way, maybe. Not entirely sure, but we'll wait and see how this works out, but who knows. So we have been getting a lot of decent gold, it looks like. It's just, I can't get good bucket scoops, it feels like sometimes I can, sometimes I can't. It's just like, I don't know if maybe I should have just started somewhere else. I'm not really sure, but I'm now finding some gold nuggets, which isn't good. Guess that was not a good spot to dig, huh? It's always like the thing I find too. Sometimes I can find good spots, and then it's like others are like, no, don't dig here. It might be too hard. It's like, then why is it so hard? But yeah, we'll be kind of careful before we dig. They just won't break. We don't want to have any machine breakdowns right now, because I don't really want to have any downtime. I just want to dig, get like a lot of gold, and then we'll be able to buy some of the stuff that we need, like some of the machinery that we're probably going to need to look into, and then hopefully, not this episode, but next episode I'll have a list made up, and then I can go and check on how much actually we're going to need for that. It shouldn't be too much, I wouldn't think, but I don't know, it just depends. You know, I think we're going to have a good gold yield out of this, though. It's not going to be great like some of the other claims, but, you know, it'll be fine. But, you know, we're getting some gold out of the ground, it looks like. I'm not really mad about anything really yet, but I just feel like it's taking forever to fill the bucket. Which I guess, you know, hopefully eventually I can get better at it, like where it'll just be, I can just leave it one spot, you know, and then just scrape it and not have to move the arm so much. But I don't think that's gonna happen until we get like up into the big, you know, the big wash plant. This wash plant right now is doing us pretty good. We're getting a lot of gold up out of it. At least we're not having to do what I had to do to get to this point, which was I had to use a hog pan and then just like mine a bunch of it over there. It was a real pain. I didn't decide to record until I got this equipment here, so that was kind of, I guess, a good decision. So I don't think anybody wants to see me just running back and forth with a shovel and a bucket, just washing it, all the mats out. We'll make sure that, when we get all the big tier stuff, that, we got all the money that we need to do it one shot kind of thing. Hoping that that will happen that way. I don't think it will, but you could dream, right? Hopefully it works out that way, but I don't know. It's hard to tell on. It should, and then that way all I gotta do is just, move the stuff around, get it all into place, or just buy it in sections. That's also another thing I could do, is just buy the stuff that we need in sections, That's still gonna take a lot of gold to do that. We still gotta fill up the machinery here just to process it. So I want to get that up to 100% full before I start, plus have another 100% bucket just waiting to go to be processed. That's, I think, a good idea. I'm not sure if that's the best idea, but that's what I'm gonna go with. It's just gonna take a while, Hopefully, through all the digging, we can find enough gold that'll, offset the cost of me having to do it that way. But, we'll be fine. Once we get the magnetite started flowing too, that'll be pretty good too. I'll just buy that trailer like when we actually get 100%, bucket full of that, and then then I'll be ready to go. Because right now we're not really needing it. We don't have any really to speak of. Once we start processing some of this stuff, yeah, probably we'll have some. But I'd rather wait until we actually need the trailer, where the bucket cannot physically hold anymore. Then that way, then I know 100% this bucket can't take no more. It's all, full, that kind of thing. But I could be wrong, but that's just the way I want to do it. Because it's why have a piece of equipment just sitting around that you're not using really at the moment? And another thing I'd like to get is the fuel trailer too, I think. At some point, because we're not gonna be able to fill up the heavy giant excavator with the jerry can. Well, I mean, you could give it enough fuel to get back up right at the top, but I mean, I don't know why you would want to do it. That just means that you have to go to the gas station that much more. I'd just rather use the fuel trailer and then just have the fuel there in the trailer, and then just once the trailer's empty, go get more. That would be the best, I guess, scenario to do it that way too, I guess. So no matter what I dig, it's just too hard. Well, I guess we'll just, go as easy as we can without busting anything. I keep saying that, but it's a pain to dig in certain spots, because it's no matter how careful I am, I think I got it, and then it's just nope, too hard. And it's well, we'll try to see if we can't just, there we go from the side. Maybe that will work a little bit better. Not really give me the yield that I was expecting out of that, but there we go. I guess we'll just dig where we have to, and then once we get everything full and everything ready to go to be processed, it should be okay, because then we'll have some gold that we can trade in for maintenance stuff. Because I bet you we're going to be replacing these teeth by the end of it on this bucket. We might have to re-straighten the bucket when we're done too, but yeah, hopefully it doesn't happen right away, but you never know. I'm getting good buckets, but I don't feel like I'm getting 100% full buckets. That kind of sucks. I should just go purchase the big excavator. Yeah, maybe that's a good idea. See how much one of them is going to cost. Because I think if we could get a bigger bucket, that'd probably mean more gold opportunities, right? Or something like that. I don't know if that will work though, but it might. It'd be a good try, I guess. Because then I wouldn't have to, worry about it as much. Because our reach would be pretty much better too. It'd be able to handle a little bit harder, stuff, and we wouldn't have to worry about anything breaking. as soon. But yeah, we could try it. We'll try to aim for that, I think, too. Alright, there we go. We'll scrape what we have to, and then once we get, like I say, all the processing stuff ready to go, like 100%, and then have another 100% bucket out of this wash plant, so that there's more material to be processed that we can, throw in there once we get it all full, like the bucket full, and then it should be okay. Because then we'll have more stuff that, ready to go. All we have to do is process it. I think that's probably a good idea. Sounds like a smart idea, but I don't know. It seems like it's taking forever because I'm not getting full buckets or anything. Let's see, where do I want to go? Nah, that's the pain is I don't know how close I want to go to my tracks neither. But if I stay up here where it's kind of shallow, I should be okay too. I mean, we can go a little bit deeper doing that, but I don't really want to put my tracks at risk of me putting the bucket through the track, because I don't really want to deal with putting new tracks on. That sounds not so fun to do, and we're not going to do that. We'll get all the gold we can. And then after that, then I plan on trying to build the bigger wash plant, piece at a time. So, like, we'll have everything. I think we'll just try to make it, like, a stage 1 or 2 wash plant for now. And then we'll work on making it, like, the 3-tier one later on. First of all, I think we'll just try to get what we can for it. We'll have to price out a trommel, see what the best kind of trommel to go for is in the ground that we're on. I hope there's a good trommel that we can use, but I don't know. We'll make sure, and then after that, we should be all set to go. At least that way. And then we'll be processing bigger, and then we'll be using the big wheel loader rather than an excavator. That'd be pretty cool, though. We'll be running one of those right now, but you can't fill the mobile wash plant with it, which kind of sucks. But it wouldn't be that bad of a thing if we were using it for, like, filling the bigger wash plant. But that'd be nice. It's gonna take a lot of money to do that. I hope we can find it all. Either in this episode or the next episode. If not, we'll time lapse what we have to, I guess, in order to get to the money that we need, right? Hopefully we get it. I ain't got high hopes on getting that cash right away, but we'll try our best. There we go. Just doesn't want to give me my bucket sometimes. I think that's probably why I'm losing dirt. Just because I can't get the bucket just to kind of close up and come right out the other side. I think sometimes I'm losing dirt that way. And I think that's probably why. But I'm not 1000% sure on that neither. Okay, that was kind of a good bucket. It wasn't the best. It wasn't all the way full. I was expecting to get a full bucket. That's a full bucket. That should do something. Let's see. Okay, we found some gold. That's good. Found some gold nuggets. That's always good. That's the good sign. Once we get up to enough, I'm gonna turn on the wash plant, or turn on the processing material. Hopefully that will go good, and we'll have a lot of gold. But that still is yet to be seen, because we gotta get this bucket full first, which I feel is gonna take forever. It's like a slow boat. That's all it is. It's just like, no matter how much you can get out of this small bucket, I think we need to get the big excavator. I think that would probably be either that or work on getting the wash plant. It's either one of the two. I'm not sure which one I want to do first. Because the way I'm thinking is, bigger excavator can get more gold through the wash plant. And then that leaves, not being able to reach certain stuff with the small one. But, you can use the small one around and then get like all the stuff set up for the bigger wash plant. It's kind of like I'm gonna need the big excavator, like if we're gonna put a trauma or something like that in, just so that I have a little bit extra clearance, I think. Like, we can set some stuff up with the small one, but certain things cannot happen unless we get the bigger excavator, I feel. So I think the goal is to get the bigger excavator, and then after we get the big excavator, we'll start setting up the big wash plant, I think. That sounds like a plan to me, but I mean, we'll have to wait and see what we end up doing, you know, with that. So that's something I'm going to look into and see if it's even something that I can even do. Because if we can do that, then I'd be so happy. This is the end of the video, so I hope you all enjoyed. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you next time.